What is this place? This is where it all started. This is our genesis. Humans were born here. Long ago, Deus crash-landed on the planet in an interplanetary colony ship. In order to revive itself someday, Deus detached the Zohar modifier's core. After this core unit came down here, a single woman awoke and aroused from out of it. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Faye is talking about the opening cutscene here. I think the purple-haired girl, which is obviously a Myung incarnation, is the woman that Faye is talking about. She's the mother of all humanity. After she awoke, she used all her power to bear several beings. These would become the ancestors of the whole of humanity. These were the Emperor and the Gazelle Ministry. Yeah, so Faye is talking about the hierarchy. Basically, Myung comes first, aka Deus, and then it eventually goes to Emperor Cain, and then the Gazelle Ministry, and then, get the gist from there. Finally, she gave birth to replicas of herself to be humanity's caretakers. Two selves, the human, mother, and the weapon. The subject and complement, that's Ellie and Myung. I, the sole survivor from the colony ship, met Ellie, and everything started from there. Yeah, aka Abel and the original Ellie. The land of Genesis, Katamoni. This is that place. Yeah, but Faye, even with your shared fate with Deus, why do you have such ancient memories? Usually, human memories cannot be passed down through the generations. Humans do not normally have the ability to compress and store memories in their introns. But Ellie and I, and Myung, are different. Due to our connection with the wave existence, that is, due to Zohar's ability to change possible phenomena, we can clearly store data in our introns. In other words, we can leave behind memories to be inherited by our descendants. Just as the wave existence is bound inside Zohar, the information's affixed to me, so to speak, by some of the power of the wave existence. And this is the form from when Ellie and Myung were still one being. This is the first woman of our world. Our mother. Holy crap, I love this lore. I love all this. I just love the setup so much of this game. Like, I have my gameplay quips with this game, but like, it basically, I got like one or two story issues, probably, but like, it never lets me down in the story and lore department. Like, very rarely does it, I'll just say. So if we destroy that Zohar thing, everything will be over, right? Yes, the source of our ether powers and the source of the power for the generators that make our gears work. It all comes from the Zohar modifier engine, which can control any potential phenomena. If we destroy it, Deus and the Seraph Angels will all be deactivated. And then we should also be able to free Ellie, who has become bound to the Deus weapon system as Myung. Right, Faye? Yeah, that's what the wave existence said. But then there's the downside. It will also mean that we will no longer be able to use our gears or our ether powers anymore. What are those Seraph Angels all about anyway? At all appearance as if they lack something, as if they were neither living beings nor mere weapons. Zohar senses the human consciousness and incarnates the Seraph. Human consciousness. Zohar itself involves the principle of uncertainty. The observer's perception of Zohar determines the entity it actually becomes. In other words, I believe that those angels are incarnations of the spirits of people. The people who have been absorbed by Deus to become parts of it. So what merit is there for them to gain in eliminating all of civilization? Is it some kind of hatred for those humans who have survived? Of course not. Those people who were created and assimilated as parts for Deus would not have such intentions. Try to remember what Ellie, when she became Myung, said. Creations of God will someday be a hindrance. That's why they must be eliminated. Yes, that's why Merkava is being used to begin the destruction. But Deus is not following its programming of exterminating all of civilization. Seraphs, which are terminal interface weapons of Deus, are using their bodies composed of nanomachines to absorb massive numbers of people regardless of whether they are dead or alive. It's not discriminating between the mutant and non-mutant people. This is highly peculiar. The fact that the people who are meant to be destroyed are being taken in as well, that's the absolute opposite of what's supposed to be doing. What it's supposed to be doing. Maybe there aren't enough parts. That's unlikely, aside from those bodies that were destined to be parts for it. Deus, who has already acquired the abilities of the nanomachines, can just about use any material to construct its body. It's obvious it has another intention in mind. Those intentions, Prelian has called Deus the Mother. If God is the mother, then those motives are coming from the Great Mother, impeding the growth of its child, enveloping it, to bring the child back to the womb to become one with it. That is its motive. Such a program does not exist within its design, though. It was probably given this unique will by someone, either from Ellie, who has merged with Deus, or... Either way, it doesn't change the fact that we have to fight. Regardless of what their intentions are, the problem is how we're supposed to deal with them. You think we can do it in our current state? This secret battleship, Excalibur, will also take part in the final battle. Additionally, the military potential of all the surface forces will assemble here. Even if we can put together a massive force, we still have the problem with the main armament of the Merkava. We need to know how to take that out, as long as we don't do that. Merkava's ultra-long-range cannon has the ability to vaporize any substance. On top of that, they have a barrier around their perimeter that nullifies all attacks. We fought against the Merkava many times to try to stop its onslaught. However, we cannot even get close, hence we have to withdraw every time. Damn it, no matter how much we want to save Ellie, if we can't get inside the Merkava, it's meaningless. To add to that, there's the problem of those Seraphs. They function as the terminal interfaces weapons for our close defenses. Man, they have Sigurd here, but not Jesse. Disrespectful Xenogears devs. I can easily say that their attack power is equivalent to the Omnigear class. They even have the regenerative ability due to the nanomachines. Don't be concerned about that. I was able to obtain some data from Xenogears. You see, Xenogears has mutagenetically evolved due to its contact with Zohar. Using that data, all your new gears ought to be completed soon. Well, maybe that's how the characters get infinity level. Maybe we have to wait a little bit longer. Additionally, all the other weapons and armaments are being modified to implement the disassembler device. Disassembler device. In contrast to the nano-assemblers, which create matter to repair with, the disassemblers have the ability to dismantle or destroy matter. They can even deactivate the nanomachines' restoring ability by disengaging their repair programs. This should be sufficiently effective even against the Deus Seraphs. Alright, even if we can deal with the angels, just how are we gonna deal with the Merkava? We can't even get close to the thing. There is no such thing as a perfect defense. There is a way. Look over there. It's a globe. A holographic globe. Merkava's main gun requires a 1.2 second interval to reload because of its tremendous output. Upon firing, although it's only sectional, there will only be a portion of the barrier that will be opened. There's a 1.87 second delay before the barrier reforms in that area. If we can use this window of time to target and destroy that cannon, it'll be possible to close in on it. If we can get close enough, we can break through with gravitational spatial correction. Well, this is the rough idea. Unfortunately, we don't have such a long-range cannon that can acquire a target in such a brief time frame. So what you're saying is we just need to shut that annoying cannon up, right? You want to go head on into Merkava? Now you're being reckless again. That's suicide. It's Bart. No, listen, we're not gonna just rush in. The Yggdrasil 4 and this Excalibur are also equipped with barriers. That's where we'll use them. Although only for a short time, we can withstand a direct hit from Merkava's main cannon. Then we can close in and watch for the part of the barrier to go down and then destroy the cannon. How long will our barrier last? About 20 or so seconds. That's all? It wouldn't matter how fast we fly? In that amount of time, we'll be without a barrier before we can get within the firing range. And those numbers are valid only if the generator's at full drive, right? You can only get those numbers if we sacrifice all other output and propulsion. I've been breeding so much. So much. I'm not suggesting we go in with guns blazing, knowing where we're gonna lose. We're gonna physically put a lid on it directly. As you've said, the Yggdrasil 4, Excalibur's barrier, can't sufficiently defend against Merkava's attack. At least with one generator, that is. Meaning we can defend against the Merkava with twice the amount of time. 40 seconds if we couple the two generators together. This way we can make it into the heart of the Merkava. Then what about the propulsion? Just hear me out. This is what we do. First, we transform my Yggdrasil into heavy assault mode and load it onto the Excalibur so we can couple the generators. By doing that, we can reduce the energy usage down to just supporting the hull of the ship and generating the barrier. This will allow most of the energy to be devoted to generating the barrier. Next, shift the barrier to full front and focus it on a single point where their main cannon will make its strike. Now for movement. First off, we develop a barrier by engaging Excalibur's generator to maximum power. For propulsion, during that time, we'll install on the Yggdrasil those large solid rockets we got from the ruins of the mass driver. When Excalibur's barrier expires, we'll use the Yggdrasil 4's generator to develop a barrier. Then we'll also detach the solid rockets and shift the Excalibur into conventional flight. Using this method, we can get right into Merkava's face. After it fires, it'll be defenseless. During this time, we'll block the muzzle of Merkava's cannon with Excalibur's bow ram, upon which we should have 0.67 seconds. The cannon fire of the Excalibur will destroy the Yggdrasil 4's slave generator and incapacitate the Merkava along the way, and then we break through. Alright, Bart, I like those odds. I'm all about going against low odds. That's what the plan's all about. The combination of the barriers of both ships, storming the Merkava, the timing of the cannon fire of the Excalibur, these are all going to be crucial. Mess up one of them, and the consequences are going to be severe. Hence, it'll be necessary to have both crews in sync with each other. That's why I'd like to place Sig in command of the Excalibur. I have no qualms with that. By the way, shout out to Excalibur. Just anything named Excalibur is awesome. It's such a cool word. What do you think, Queen? Will you lend us your battleship? Since there appears to be no other alternative, let's go with that. Please use it as you see fit. But are we not cutting it uncomfortably close? When you calculate the arrival time and the barrier generation time, you'll see what I mean. One minor mishap will put us into a situation where we can run out of barrier power before our arrival. Also, we'll be devoting both generators to keeping the barriers up. Won't that leave us without perimeter defenses? We won't stand a chance if we get engaged by the Seraph Angels on our way to Merkava. We'll hold them off. You can count on us. You guys just concentrate on taking out that main cannon. Thanks, we're depending on you. Already everywhere else has been taken out. This is the only place that's left. This is going to be the true final battle. We'll see about that, Faye. We'll see about that. We set out to silence God's Ark, Merkava, which was the epitome of offensive and defensive power, and then storm inside of it. Yo, the Ark with a K! Ondel, where are you? We initiated the operation to destroy the Zohar. Rico being in there like he's a main character is funny. Yeah, Rico. And kind of Maria too. It is pretty funny. Hey, I exist. I exist, but they didn't flesh out that flashback scene I got in Nortune. I don't know, I wonder if it's too late to flesh out my flashback scene from Nortune. Imagine sudden end of the game. Almost 2 hours in. I've been reading for almost 2 hours. I've done 2 bosses and I've been reading for like over an hour and a half. I mean, it's been great stuff. I love this game's story. I love Disc 2 for all the story stuff. Like, this is why I do not hate Disc 2, because it does bring about some of the best moments of the story. And some of the revelations are like, oh, it's just great. So it's why I'm not like, hey, Disc 2 is bad. like some people are. Because it does really have some of the best story stuff. That can't be. That can't be. It's the 3rd worst sound effect in all of the game. A secondary explosion. Oh no, I should have known better. What a miscalculation. Yeah, honestly, Citan, like, disappointed. We're supposed to be our smart guy. The explosion was too big. It reacted with the main condenser right under the main cannon. And induced a secondary explosion. How could I have been so stupid? Citan, you're an idiot for this oversight. You mean we overdid it? Why did I not realize it sooner? This means we might have... Oh no, Ellie! Oh my gosh, Ellie! What is it this time? Hey Citan, what more is gonna happen? Something's happening in the center of Merkava. What could it be? Another cutscene. They pop off with cutscenes in this part. Even if they're like little sequences of explosions and stuff. It's a very Arc the Lag cutscene. Not like this is Tales of Rebirth, where the game will crash after an FMV, but just to be safe. At that time, the earth quaked and shook, and from the location where the Merkava crashed, a giant object appeared. It was Deus' final form. The Merkava was merely its vessel. Deus evolved through the use of Krelian's nanomachines into a planetary-scale weapon and began terraforming. It was attempting to convert this entire planet into a weapon. We retreated back to the base at the snow plains to form a new strategy. We decided to go back into Deus. Time was running out for us. I think they're gonna drop us in a dungeon any minute now. After the exposition. Okay, we get to move around, so... This is the snow hideout, I believe, and I think there's some optional stuff to do here. Fallen Star. So what chapter are we in? Because I remember what the final chapter is. First and last. This should be the penultimate one, I think. Alright. What's up, little ox? Well, I definitely want to take some time and do even more reading, because we have not had this much freedom in such a long time. Us people of Shiva have always dreamed of coming down to live on the planet's surface, but we didn't ever imagine this would be how we realized that dream. That's unbearable. It's gotten awfully cold. I hate the cold. It's killing me. If the temperature keeps dropping like this, we'll be frozen before Deus can finish us off. Ave, Kislev, Nissan, we've been feuding for such a long time, but finally, we're coming together as one like this. It's probably already too late. It's already the case. By the time we notice anything, it's way too late. How could we possibly stand up to God's army? The situation's really hopeless. Hey, aren't these Pico tiles cute? They're gonna go cheap. Cheap too, how about it? Wanna buy my Pico tiles? Sure. Alright, 20,000 gold for the lot. Yeah, I think I'm rich. Plus, we're gonna be able to... I'll probably do some money farming or something later once they give me freedom. Ah, they ran away! I know nothing! Nothing!